Welcome everybody. Welcome to the lovely first day of the week, and welcome to this program. We are going to get a lot from this program. An incredible financial shift is happening right now before our eyes. But so many people are so caught up with what's happening in the next 5 minutes or tomorrow or short terms that they can't see the big picture of the enormous opportunity ahead. There's going to be an insane amount of money pouring into cryptocurrency market. If you can stay in this market for a little bit longer, for a few more years, your chance of creating truly life-changing wealth are very high. Today, we are going to show you this opportunity. Everybody, besides COVID-19, one of the hottest topic around is cryptocurrency. Is the price going up? Is the price coming down? My name is Richard Tan from Success Resources. We are the world leading education provider. Every week, we will be making video talking about cryptocurrency investing. So if this is a topic that you like to learn more about, do subscribe to this channel, gently tap thumbs up, and real quick, so that and also click the notification bell so that whenever there's a new video, you are the first to know. I am very delighted to bring my friend Dr. Clemen Chiang to the program. He is an authority in financial investing and also a very well-known teacher to many thousands of people in the art of wealth creation. Dr. Clemen Chiang, thank you so much for joining us and welcome to the program.
Wow, what a great start, Richard. What a great start to a Monday. Thank you so much for having me. And today we are so energized because there's a crazy groundswell right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm very excited also. Now, recently we heard Bloomberg senior strategist. His comment is this, that Bitcoin is going to 60,000, more likely than Bitcoin going to $20,000. Now, question for you, Dr. Clemen Chiang, can you explain to us how Bloomberg, make this conclusion? How Bloomberg made this conclusion that the price of Bitcoin is going to 60,000 instead of dropping to 20,000?
And thank you so much for this great question, Richard. I want to kind of shift all of our audience focus right now to this very important article as highlighted by Richard. 60,000 is now more likely for Bitcoin than 20,000. Bloomberg's senior strategies asserts. Now, the key highlight right now is that, everything is backing on the 200-day versus the 50-day moving averages. So it kind of moving out here. And the word is called groundswell, the pent-up crazy demand. Everybody is going nuts over this death cross. And right now we are witnessing a complete resurrection of the death cross. I'm going to switch over my chart right now, straight off to the 1-minute Bitcoin chart. As all of us can see, the difference between yesterday and today is this. It depends on what time you woke up this morning. So this morning, if you woke up at 6 o'clock, which is somewhere around here, right? I want to give you all the insight. This is 6 o'clock right here at the bottom. And I'm going to trace because while you're sleeping, holy moly, the price of Bitcoin shot to 34,000, 35,000, 36,000, 37,000, 39,799.97. We are about to break the 40,000 mark, and right now we are already trading at a 39,109 price. This is the mama movement that everybody is waiting for. Those of you who bought at 28,000, 29,000, 30,000, congratulations, because you took the step of faith. You are heavily rewarded right now. You are sitting on minimum $10,000 per coin.
Wow. That's 30%. That's more than 30% in just 1 week, right?
Yeah, and if you own just one coin, that's 10,000. 10 coins, that's 100,000. 100 coins, mama, you just made $1 million this morning when you just woke up. And we have to give credit where it's due. You see, Richard led the movement among all of us to commit to this video series. And guess what? We have been telling you guys, hey, this is the movement we are waiting for. And everything Richard is saying has come to pass. And when I come over back here, this is the true signal that the Bloomberg analyst is looking at right now. Here we go. We want to take a look right here at this very important point. Now, we call it the red, green, blue. Red is the 50-day moving average. Green is the 200-day moving average. And the blue is the 100-day moving in the middle right here, all right? Now, what we've done is this. We have shown all of you that the death cross right here, the red line crossing below the green line, 50-day crossing below the 200-day, and that was the moment in time we call it so-called the death cross. Holy moly, this is the death cross. Dun, 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 dun. And once we identify the death cross, now I'm going to show everyone a very, very important signal that's just coming out from the Bloomberg analyst kind of dissection, and we're going to zoom in on this very important feature. Here we go. This is the 50-day red line. And we also need to identify the 200-day green line right over here. Now, the magic is this blue line right in the center right here. When this happens, and you see the candle pushing up right now. Right now, do we have the green candle pushing up? Yes. Bum, 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 bum. It's pushing up. We take this memory. Remember, the whole trick right now is to identify this blue line is sitting between the red and the green line. All right? The only time it happened in the past is right here. I'm going to move back to the time, back to last year around May period. Here we go. There is one exact replica of that happening, which is right here. Step one, we have the red line crossing below the green line, right over here. Ding, red line crossing below the green line, which is identified right here, all right? And the moment the blue line is somewhere in between, and you have the candles pushing it up, bam, 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 bam. This is the real signal that's going to push all the way up to here, this mega point right here. Today, you are seeing the first day of this happening exactly as per what happened back then in this dot right here. Now, there's a repeat again right here. The moment the red line crossed above the green line, holy moly, but this is the point, this part right here. Well, it haven't crossed above yet, and you see the candle start to move exactly at this spot. This is exactly what we are seeing right here today, Richard, and that's the reason why they are saying that, hey, mama, this is minimum, go back to the all-time previous high, 64,000, and of course, Bloomberg analysts being conservative, kept an around nice number at 60,000. That is what we're looking at, Richard.
It's really, really exciting.
Yes.
Wow, for those of you who has been following this video series, you might have caught buying at the low price and profiting right now as a trend start moving up. Now, the richest man in the world today, his name is called Jeff Bezos, right? I think he's worth close to $200 billion. And his company, Amazon, is the giant trillion-dollar company. Now, there's a news that came out just yesterday that Amazon is to integrate Bitcoin payment and launch its own currency by next year, 2020. Now, Dr. Clemen, I want to ask you, this is a really, really big news. Do you think that this news is true? If this is true, the largest company in the world, owned by the richest man in the world, right? If this is true, what do you see is the impact on Bitcoin?
Wow, that's a great question, Richard, because this whole discussion, in fact, the discourse started way back 2 years ago with Facebook being the most powerful company on planet Earth because of the social network and the network effects that it commands. They wanted to launch their very own Libra coin. Yep, and the Libra coin over time has been renamed to Diem, and they committed they're going to roll out the Diem coin, DIEM, by the third and fourth quarter of this year. Step one, we have Facebook, a social network company, taking the first step. Now, step two, we come in and look at the richest man on planet Earth. That's none other than Jeff Bezos, coming in here and say they are hiring a digital currency and blockchain expert because they cannot miss out the race. But somehow, the more I look at the readings, you know, Richard, I got kind of an interesting 3-point takeaway. Number one, when we were looking at the rocket launch of Virgin Galactica versus Blue Origin of Jeff Bezos, Jeff Bezos kind of behind Richard Branson, right? They went up and then it came down. Point number one, I thought about it over a weekend. I got a very, very interesting takeaway, Richard. The takeaway is this: Richard Branson came down, and the first thing he celebrated with his wife, his children, his grandchildren, and everybody surrounded him. The family love, you can really feel it on the
having a party, yeah.
Yes, it's like a party. But for Jeff Bezos, he went up, came down. Nobody really celebrated with him.
So he's very sober. It's kind of sober
yeah.
thing. Kind of thing.
His wife or his new wife is not there with him, just his brother, and kind of a different takeaway. So he seems to be a very, very rich man, but somehow is always step two behind the rest of the pack leading the race. So let's come back to this article. This is undisputed. Yes, Amazon has started hiring for a digital currency and blockchain expert. He's probably trying to push the guys from Facebook, the guys from all the blockchain leading companies. And that's the reason why AWS want to be kind of taking the lead in this area. AWS, as we've known it as Amazon Web Services. Truly, it is the infrastructure powering all digital companies, including my company. We are using AWS. Now, if we take a look seriously deeper into this article, then it makes sense for their core business, because it says over here, you leverage your domain expertise in blockchain, distributed ledger, central bank, CBDC, digital currencies, and cryptocurrency to develop the case for the capabilities which should be developed. And this is all about AWS. They already have the infrastructural relationship with governments, with private companies, public companies, even with startups. Most of us, somehow or another, we are on AWS. And that's the reason why this is the telltale confirmed sign. Amazon confirmed the job posting. This starts the race among the richest badass whales out there who going to dominate the scene. And when the race starts, Richard, it is all about who owns more Bitcoin than the rest, because we have a fixed supply of 21 million. So we're going to take this as a really, really positive news. Eventually, if Amazon does want to launch its very own Amazon coin, so be it. But the base currency, let us not forget, they must own Bitcoin to pair with the DM coin, to pair the Amazon coin, to pair whatever coin out there, because Bitcoin is about pairing. You need to pair just like foreign currency, US Japanese yen, US euro, US Sing, US ringgit. It is about pairing, and the mother of all pairs is Bitcoin, Richard.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, with this giant like Amazon getting involved in cryptocurrency, adopting probably Bitcoin, and due to the Bitcoin limited demand, I think everybody that's looking at this video, you can guess which direction the Bitcoin price will go. Okay, so we are really, really excited. Now, there is a recent survey, Dr. Clemen. I'm sure that this is not like unusual. There's a recent survey by Fidelity that shows that 90% of institutions plan to have exposure to cryptocurrency by 2026. Now, question for you is this. Now, we have many ordinary investors who are interested in this topic, maybe viewing this program right now. So can you tell us, Dr. Clemen, who is Fidelity and how much are we talking about from institution, and what does this all means to Bitcoin?
Wow, that's a really great question, Richard. Because we are talking about one of the top money managers on planet Earth, and this article came out from decrypt.co. Vast majority of institutions will own crypto by 2026. So let's get the time frame right. What exactly is the meaning of 2026? So I'm going to set the pace. 2020 is the year where we had our third Bitcoin halving. And Bitcoin halving will take place every 4 years. So plus 4, that's 2024. Then plus another 4, that's 2028. 2026 is sitting right between the fourth and the fifth halving. By then, the great news is majority of the Bitcoin will already be mined finished. Because right now we mine more than 18 million Bitcoins on planet Earth floating around. We just got less than 3 million coins waiting to be mined. So you can see the effect. The supply constraint right now start to squeeze. And there are 3 steps to this thinking. Step 1, institutions will always take the first mover because they have the war chest, they have the due diligence, and the big fat wheels institutions will always make money from the slow-moving average Joes in the marketplace. And we are helping you, average Joes out there. You're still scratching your head, wondering what's going on. Let me tell you, the big fat wheels will always sell to you. So today you have a chance to kind of reverse the sequence. You buy ahead of the institutions. That is what you decipher, how you decipher this big message by Fidelity. And that's why the timing is very important. Third halving, we benefited May, 12th of May 2020. And right now, 24, we are 21. We are not even halfway at 22 to 24 yet. And that's the reason why when this article came out, the whole big focus is about Asia. The strongest interest right here, mama, is Asia, but investors in Europe and the US are becoming more bullish as well. Now, why is coming from Asia? Majority of it, we know there are many Chinese traders out there. And this is the really, really exciting thing, you know. Richard, I just heard the latest rumor coming out from China with Bobby Lee selling his BTC exchange because he knows there's a clampdown. And today he's telling everybody out there is a possibility that China will ban Bitcoin trading. Now, when that happens, you know what? They are squeezed out of the marketplace. Finally, this is a game owned by the Americans. And as we all know, this is the big US-China trade war. Americans already own the crypto mining because every one of them have migrated to Texas, out of China, and they're really settling down well. That's the reason why today we can see a crazy price like this that goes up like this, because all this bad news has been settled down already. They kick off all the unwanted bad news out of China. And from this point onwards, we are only looking at great news. That's the reason why this article is so important to us. It is about sophistication, and which is featured right here, growing sophistication towards, especially among the professional traders, money managers. And that's the reason why Fidelity, being one of the largest AUM on planet Earth, asset under management, they are selling this to their institutions. And this is huge, Richard. And so congratulations to those of you, if today you are looking at yourself as a leader, a kind of a first mover of the pack, then this is the moment you look at my hands, you can switch the role. Instead of the big fat wheels always selling to the average Joes, today you can buy right now and you sell back to them at a much higher price.
Wow, for all of you that's listening in, this is like a tips or a warning, you know, whether this is one day you're going to get to do this or today is day one, whether it's one day or day one. Now, cryptocurrency has been, a lot of people, government and many institutions have always warned the ordinary people, say, hey, you know, cryptocurrency is risky, volatility, etc. And, you know, the warning has caused a lot of concern for many people, ordinary people. Yeah, but today we have a news that a 30 billion states-owned and states-managed pension fund invest in publicly traded Bitcoin miner, which means to say that indirectly they are also getting into Bitcoin. Now, the two things here, Dr. Clemen, that I like to mention with my first statement is that, number one, these are state-managed pension fund. State means is government, right? Number two, pension fund. Now, pension fund are retirement money, people who save very hard, work very hard, and then save this money. And they're usually very careful and very conservative. So if state managed pension fund is going to be involved in Bitcoin indirectly through Bitcoin miner. How do you interpret their action?
Wow, that's a really, really powerful question because, for most of us, I come from Singapore and our hard-earned money is kept in this place called the Central Provident Fund. And of course, we also have a sovereign wealth fund. In fact, Singapore, we have two sovereign wealth funds. Number one is GIC, number two is Temasek. This basically comes down to one single word, Richard, and that's called the taxpayers' money. So likewise, when you are looking at a pension fund, and of which they depend on the pension funds to kind of retire all the way and without working anymore, that's the reason why an investment by the New Jersey pension into Bitcoin mining stocks last quarter shows they are open to the idea. And in fact, this is just the beginning of all things to come, because what we are looking really for is the Bitcoin ETF approval. And we spoke about this a few times, Richard's previous in our videos, and we are getting the audience ready. It is already granted a yes. It's a question of when. So when we take a look at these two companies, Riot Blockchain and Marathon Digital Holdings, these are big companies because I can just easily switch over, just as we've been teaching all of our audience right here about Bitcoin treasuries. So let's check this out. This is a Bitcoin treasuries, and straight away we get to see Marathon is right here, Riot is right here, and how much Bitcoin they're owning today. Holy moly, they already own Marathon 5,784 Bitcoin, $224 million worth in value. For Riot, 2,243 Bitcoin, 87 million worth of Bitcoin in total. So you can see the whole intent, the word is ultimate shareholder, right? They are the ultimate shareholder of Bitcoins. And this is another great news. They are taking baby steps. In fact, 4 million is not a big number, but it is a significant number. 7 million is not big, but it's significant. It is a significant baby steps for them to start the way, come and straight away venture into this space. And they say, hey, I want to get involved into this space. And this is my signal. I'm signing out to everyone. We are taking baby steps. Right now, 7 million. Later on will be 700 million, 7 billion. That's the kind of size we are really waiting out for, Richard.
Well, if pension fund and state-owned entity put their money in Bitcoin, it shows that they have done their due diligence, and they are usually very, very careful. They are with other people's money, with old people's money, right? So if they've done their due diligence and decided to go into it, even in a baby step, well, great things going to come. And like I say, today's video is either a tips for you and an opportunity for you to change your financial future. Now, I personally am very, very, very positive about Bitcoin, and I believe that this is an instrument. This is a very, very powerful instrument, not just to create wealth, but to create generation wealth. That's the reason why we are organizing the Bitcoin Festival this October. It is a gathering of industrial expert and enthusiastic community of Bitcoin holder to update, promote, educate the adoption of Bitcoin. It is a movement. Now, Dr. Clemen, what can you say to those who want to know about Bitcoin and want to capitalize on this opportunity?
Wow, 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 wow. We are back on the Global Bitcoin Festival. And, I want to really bring out the timeline. The timeline is so critical, assessment of a great event like this. Step one, we know that the event is on 28th, 29th of October. But what is really overarching, leading to this important date that, Richard and Success Resources have kind of designed for us, is there are three major important events. Number one, I took part in the Coinbase IPO. This is the first legitimate cryptocurrency approved by Securities Exchange Commission to ring the bell. That's number one. Number two, end of September, which is exactly 1 month before the Global Bitcoin Festival, Interactive Brokers, one of the largest brokerage platform on planet Earth, they'll be offering cryptocurrency trading. That's number two. And number three, the one that really got me excited is right here, Mama.
Finance.
Finance is looking at IPO route in the US market, following exactly the same playbook as Coinbase. Now, if this pulls off, it will be somewhere just right smack in the month of October while we are holding our global Bitcoin festival. So leading to the event, that's the reason why all of you must stay really closely. You know, our leader is Richard. He's leading the movement. We back him up. We come and participate, enroll, sign up, and hold on tight. Hang on for the race, all right? Because come to the big event on 28, 29 October, we're going to see a major run-up of everything that we talk about right here today. It will come to pass. That's the reason why you got to sign up today.
Yeah, there's a link right now. Success Resources is going to put a link right now for you to participate in a global Bitcoin festival. And I'll tell you this, the advantage of participating in this movement is that you keep close. You keep close to something that you really passionate about, something that's really important, so that, you know, the community, the movement will encourage you to move forward so that you can benefit from it. So there's a link right down below. If you just click on right now and sign up for the program, get involved in the Bitcoin movement so that you can be in the community of people who are very passionate. And that include, you know, people like Elon Musk, Jack Dorsey, Clemen Chiang, myself, and many other people. So click on the link below and get involved with us in this journey that not only create wealth, but create generation wealth for you and your family. Thank you, Dr. Clemen, for summarizing so many news into very simple message that many ordinary people can benefit from. Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Thank you, every one of you that log on today. So this is Richard Tan. I want to wish you well, health, and happiness in your life. Till we meet again in the next program. Thank you so much.